Peace and victories. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's dive right on in.
That took a couple different turns.
Yeah, sure did.
That took a couple different turns, left and right. But but while we getting her situated, not to use you as an example, I always wondered how that worked in that dynamic, because in a heteronormative relationship, me and you have a child together, we both have some say because both of our DNA is there. In a relationship where it's two women choosing to have that surrogate, is there paperwork that you can do in that situation?
Yeah, absolutely. There's legal documentation that says that we are both guardians or have parental authority over this child. And so that both parents have that legal document to go to court and say, hey, look, I also want to be able to still see my child, DNA or not. It's just like me adopting a child. That child doesn't have my DNA, but that baby is mine.
But I want to say this to the room, and this is a situation that may not be the normal to us, but there are situations in our lives where work on those agreements while y'all like each other.
Agreements.
When you like each other. Because when you assume that this rapport is always going to be there, and then afterwards when y'all don't, now y'all got to come to some agreement, is a lot harder. So whether that's, and we always talk about prenups and this, that, and other, we make light of it on this podcast, but that's just the agreement y'all have. No matter what it looks like, y'all decided on it while y'all liked each other. All right? What's your name? What's your question?
Hello, my name is Chelsea. Y'all kind of answered my question, but I'll go ahead. How do I begin healing, maybe some tools from a traumatic heartbreak, knowing I contributed to the damage and I no longer feel grounded within myself anymore?
Before we get started, Lance, have you ever had your heart broken?
I absolutely have, yes. Yes,
No.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
So first, before we go, what's your best advice on getting over a heartbreak?
Somebody else. No, but
I said, find somebody new.
it's real though. It's real. But first you gotta forgive yourself. You gotta forgive that partner, and you gotta move the fuck on, because life is short, and there's so many other fish in the sea. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I got over it. It took me a while to forgive her, but I forgave my part in it. I forgave her, and I moved the fuck on with somebody else, and now I am so happy.
Can I ask you a question? Is there a distinction between a traumatic heartbreak and a regular one?
Ooh. No. I think the distinction, hold on, I think one of the distinction is who chose to break up. Because if I chose to break up, it's a little easier to heal from. But if you broke up with me, that shit is traumatic. Especially when you still, was you the broke upper or the broke uppee?
I broke up.
You broke up, okay.
What did you learn? What did you learn about yourself?
I learned that I have some insecurities to work on because I poured so much into him. I made him an idol.
Good. That's very powerful. So why are you traumatized? If you got, some people live to be my age and don't get that.
That's a good question, yeah.
Why is that traumatizing?
I think going back to the root, we were both very broken. It was broken for both of us, but children involved. It was real.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Uncross your legs for me. Uncross your legs. Are you ashamed of the way you behaved in that relationship?
Yes.
Take a breath. Yeah. That's the trauma. That's the trauma. Ain't got nothing to do with him. So just like the brother said, go back and look at all of those things and forgive each one of them. That's how you're going to neutralize that trauma. It ain't about him. It's the shame of how you behaved, you know? And for each one of those shameful behaviors, get clear about what were you going for. I did this because I thought, was it people pleasing? Was it validation? Was it whatever it was? Because it's the sacrifice of your dignity. You sacrificed your dignity. But baby, get them lessons so you can reclaim your majesty. Her Majesty.
Hey, man. I would say, bro, just accepting the fact that, like, you are not the sum of your mistakes. You are the sum of what you learn from said mistakes. And I think a lot of us, like, we get to beating ourselves up because we all done been there. We all done been in a relationship and we didn't move how we were supposed to move. But it's about learning where I went wrong, learning how I can improve so I don't repeat the same mistakes. Now, if you're going from situation to situation, repeating the same mistakes, then we got some real look in that mirror type work to do. You understand what I'm saying? But if you figuring out, like, pinpointing to the T, okay, this is where I went wrong, I can't do this no more, this is what I got to improve on, then going forward, you're gonna be good to go. But don't reduce yourself to the mistakes of that relationship. Again, sometimes we just not in the season for a relationship. We not. And we may think we are because we like this person so much. We thinking, damn, I am ready. We not. We not. And that's perfectly okay. But again, like I said, learn from it and do not repeat the same mistakes and you're going to be on the right path.
Stupid is seasonal. It is stupid is seasonal. It comes and it goes.
I wrote it down. Basically, my shameful behavior in our relationship caused me trauma. How do I heal? That's how I sum that up.
Hey, can I add this to you? Because I super relate. Because sometimes, I mean, the deepest pain I've ever experienced in my life is knowing I broke another person's heart and there's nothing I can do to fix it. I can't talk to this person no more. I can't see it. And even though I may grow into a different person that now I'm proud of, that's healed, that would never do another woman like that, in my head, I may always think the person I still love secretly views me still in that previous light. And there's nothing I can do. But here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why it's so important for us to be in tune with our star player, which is us. We gotta love the different versions we turn into because we have all made mistakes, but those mistakes make you who you are right now. And it sucks. It sucks, right? Because along the way, some of us can look back and look at the trail of hearts that we left. And we think about going back and fixing that shit. But listen, this is the fucked up part about it. It's that person's responsibility to heal themselves. Even though, and just like if you was on the opposite end and somebody messed you over and you want them to come and apologize and make it right, they ain't gonna fucking do that. So it's your responsibility to heal yourself. I guess the stick to landing the point is moving on to different chapters. It feels like a loss, but it is a beginning. It's the start of a beautiful journey. And sometimes you needed that chaos in this chapter just to make the story of your life a little bit more interesting. And when you turn 60, 70, 80, you're going to look back. I'm not right. You're going to look back and you're going to be like, had it not been for this, I wouldn't have got this, that, and this. All right. So I appreciate you. Anybody else with
Yeah, I just wanted to offer that you actually start, if you're not already, seeing a therapist regularly, because shame is something that doesn't come from the relationship you just exited. Shame comes from childhood trauma. And I would not want you to get into the next relationship and the next relationship and the next relationship saying that you've had the same relationship with just different vessels and different people because you've carried your shame and your trauma that was childhood. The little girl in you shows up in those relationships where relationships are for grown folks. So I want you to get the help so that you can start, the woman in you, the healed in you can start to choose your partner, okay? And you can calibrate someone who's a reflection of you, which will be a reflection of your healed self, so y'all can have a healing bond and not a trauma bond.
Hey. This is not about you, this is about to the room. Some of the most fucked up shit I've ever done in a relationship was after I knew I should have left that motherfucker. Like, there is a point in time where you know your feelings don't feel the same, that person ain't motivating you, you sleeping next to him, but you feel like it's a stranger, and you trying to make it work, but in your heart you know it ain't.
Yes.
And then it's because your bonds start unbonding, that connection is no longer there, that care, that respect. ain't there, then you start doing things that now you look back when you leave that relationship and you regret.
Question,
And
Ace.
so, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because there's probably a lot of people wondering, why not just leave instead of committing that terrible? If I know I'm
Never
done,
stayed long
Because
No, I'm
enough.
over it.
So here's the thing.
why drag them through the mud instead of just walk out the
After
door?
realizing.
Because here's the thing. Some of us feel like we can't leave relationship amicably. Sometimes we feel like we gotta tear that motherfucker to the ground to where we know for a fact we can't go back. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't. And then here's the thing. For a lot of guys want to fuck you over so much you leave. Like, cause so to the room. If you are at that space, really be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Because are you gonna like the person you have to become to stay in a relationship that's no longer serving you? And if the answer is no, then you probably need to leave. Anybody else with a final word?
Reclaim your majesty.
All right, listen. Houston, we love y'all.
What do you do when you have fell out of love with your husband for not providing and have fallen back in love with your ex, who is currently
Your ex who what?
having a baby, but is willing to risk it all?